Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear ones, I am Archangel Michael. Let's walk all together. For those soldiers, who often found themselves together with me in that immense field, where you were training and where you participated in several meditations, you don't need to be in profile, you just need to be united. And how do you come together? In one thought, in one desire, in one purpose, which is to be a pillar of light. Today, more than ever, you have to prepare, be ready, because at any moment this pillar of light will have to stand out in the middle of nowhere. Why in the middle of nowhere? Because the majority around you do not vibrate your frequency. Then you will stand out from nowhere. And I would like you to see in your minds, as if you were lamp posts, but not a pole as you know it, with just a small lamp at the end. It is a pole in which the light comes from the base to the top. Imagine this pole as an extremely tall, four-sided pyramid. This is a pillar of light, this is being a pillar of light. So see yourself very tall, but not tall in the concept of human height, it is tall in the concept of kilometers high. So realize that being a pillar of light is for few, because you will have to have a very strong foundation to keep this pillar standing. There is no point in building a tiny, thin base that you will fall over, everything has to be proportionate. And no, don't give me the story, but I'm not strong enough. I'm not powerful enough. I am unable. At this moment I believe that I will no longer hear this, because whoever is in my army and knows that he is a pillar of light, can no longer have these doubts. He is perfectly aware, perfectly believing, of what he actually is. So like pillars of lights, kilometrically tall, see yourself looking at the planet from the outside, and realize that you are not all concentrated in a single point. And yes, we can say that the vast majority are in this huge country called Brazil. But there are other pillars that are spread across the planet. So let's imagine that in this immense country, there is a greater concentration of pillars of light. But imagine that even though you are concentrated, you connect to the pillars that are far away, creating a large web around Gaia. No, it doesn't matter if there is a pillar in North America, a pillar in Europe, a pillar in Asia, it doesn't matter. The network will be created, the network will be assembled. It's like an electrical network, where all you need is a wire for the energy to pass through, no matter how big this wire is. Then you will create this great network, and do not forget that it is not just here, for these people who listen to me within this language, that there are pillars of light. There are other countries, other people, in other languages, who also have the science that they are pillars of light and will also create a large network from the point of concentration in the country itself. So notice that in the end, we will have a large, immense network, because the networks will intersperse and they will all emanate the same light. So this is the time. Start doing the math, grab a pencil, a calculating machine, and start thinking, how big should I put the base of my pyramid, my pillar, so that I can support myself? The base may have to be quite large. So do your math. I don't want shrinking pyramids. I don't want skinny pyramids, I want robust pyramids, immense pyramids of light. Now there is one detail, be careful with your ego, because at these times it gets in the way a little. Because many will want to build huge pyramids to appear, to think they are better than others. So I would say to you, be careful. Don't let your ego dominate your accounts. Just let your heart speak and you will know exactly how big the base of the pyramid you must create. To create this pyramid, imagine that you are in an open field, where there is nothing around. Create this field, because in your mind, this field could even be in your own home. It doesn't matter, but you will raise him in an open, clean field, with nothing in it. Do not forget, this pyramid of light will not be created in this dimension. Imagine if it were. It would just be a rush. This pyramid of light that each of you will be created in the 5th dimension. Ah, but I still don't have access to the 5th dimension. No? Well, I thought you already had it. I thought that whoever was my soldier, whoever believed in everything I said, in everything that was said, already had their thoughts in the 5th dimension. Did I make a mistake? No, I'll answer it myself, I wasn't mistaken. You will not create this pyramid in the 3rd dimension, it will be in the 5th. So that there is no doubt, so that there are no difficulties in creating it, you will already have the field in your minds, you will already know more or less the size of the base of the pyramid. And they will say the following, each one say their own name, am a pillar of light. And from now on, I become a pillar of light, a pyramidal base of light with, you will say the size of the base on each side of the pyramid, the sides are equal. Then you will say the size of the side. So that I can emanate light to the entire planet Gaia. This must be said daily. What are the hours? It doesn't matter. It won't matter. Leave these words pasted somewhere. And every time you look at them, close your eyes, imagine the pyramid, the pillar of light and say the words. This way, you will be keeping the entire network interconnected. Ah, but there's the time difference. That's why there is no timetable, everyone does it whenever they want. And with this, 24 hours a day, the pyramids will be created. Did you think you wouldn't have work, that you would just sit and watch from a box? So I'm calling my soldiers, from my army, to work. The moment has come. Those who do not consider themselves part of my army can also do this act of creating this pyramid of light. However, perhaps for you, it will be a little more difficult to keep it standing. Whoever is my soldier has enough strength to keep this pillar of light standing. If you're not, you might need to make a pillar a little smaller. Now, don't think that you're expendable, because you're not. Let's say that at the moment of need, your own body will be a pillar of light. And like you, millions of others will also be little pillars of light. Don't worry. So let's act, let's start working, let's start creating this great network around Gaia. There is no limit to the number of times, you don't have to do it every day, you don't have to do it all the time. The important thing is that every time it is done with love, otherwise the pillar will fall. The first time you create the pillar, each time you say the words, this pillar becomes stronger. It's as if it were a shell the first time, and as you repeat it, it creates a substance inside, which keeps it standing and keeping it firm. Now for this you need heart, you need love, and most importantly, you need to believe in what you are doing. Because if you doubt, don't even try because the pillar will not be generated. Then I'm already hearing some people saying, but I don't see anything, how will I know if I created it or not? Your heart will know, because if you did it with faith, if you did it with love in your heart, the pillar is there even if you don't see it. So don't make excuses not to do it. Now whoever does it, do it with love in their heart. And to close, I want to leave here the invitation to the Lion's Gate meditation, on August 8th at 8 p.m. You don't need to bring anything or have anything on hand, just participate. We will hold a live meeting, so that, with this meditation, we can fall into a new, more accelerated timeline, where effectively, you will be contributing to the rapid ascension of planet Earth.